something I've wanted to talk about for a really long time on the show that we've never gotten around to is Larry King and all of his wives. This guy got around. I'll tell you that. He was married 8 times to 7 women. And just to put this into perspective, the average American will own 6 cars in their lifetime.
How many kids did he have?
I don't know. It doesn't even matter. He's probably got more wives than kids.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
No, I think
in and
he
of itself.
actually does. I think that's the case.
Yeah. I wonder how many cars he owns.
That's a really solid question.
Yeah, this is crazy. And, if you look at each one of these wives as like a car in someone's life, it almost like makes sense. So like the first one, Frida Miller, 1952 to 1953, they married right after high school, and this was like the first crappy car that you get. He traded her in 1953, 1 year later. he moved up to a nicer, newer car named Annette K, 1961 to 1961.
Oh.
Wow, she didn't even last a year?
Nope.
It didn't even last like a week. I think this one was annulled.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah. This is, okay, so she is like that car that you buy and it just doesn't work, and so then you just trade it back in. You know what I'm saying? Like there's problems with it, or like the warranty's voided, or you take it out for a test drive and you don't like it.
It's the kind of thing, you see it online, you're like, oh yeah, this is totally what I'm looking for.
Right.
So you buy it online without
Sight
actually looking
unseen.
at it, and then, and then you make it there.
Arranged marriage.
And it doesn't
then
start.
You turn it. Arranged marriages actually have a higher rate of success than quote-unquote love marriages. But anyway, moving
Yeah,
on.
because they're both willing to just
Because love doesn't
stick it
exist.
out.
Both of them aren't usually willing. All right, so then we have Aline Akins, which was 1961 to 1963, seeing some signs of progress. She was a Playboy bunny. So this chick is like that very, very used car you buy. Like, show me the Carfax on the 26 previous owners. A lot of miles on that car.
Wait, just out of curiosity, do you know the age gap of that one?
I don't. I should have looked that up.
When was he born?
King? I have no idea.
King.
Josh, can you look that
What
up?
a king.
Here.
Anyway, I said Josh, and Rachel says sure. Okay.
Because I'm fast.
Next up, we have Mickey Sutphin.
1933. So he was almost, he was 30 when they got divorced, 28 when they got married.
Okay, so that's,
So she was probably maybe 10 years younger than him, max.
At least.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see.
Now we have Mickey Sutphin for the second time, 1963 to 1967. This is progress.
4 years.
2 years, 4 years. Next we have Aline Akins. Again, the Playboy Bunny comes
she's
back.
back.
Playboy Bunny's back, baby.
For 5 years.
For 5 whole years. Maybe it was love. Maybe.
Maybe it was for, was that 7 total years of marriage?
Yeah, but okay, so you know how like your dad, he'll talk about when he was younger, he had such and such a car. Like my dad had like a something Eldorado. And then like when they get older in life, they'll go back and they'll buy one and like fix it up.
Like
second
Jeep
time.
Wranglers.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is the Jeep. So like this chick,
She's the Jeep Wrangler.
she's the Jeep Wrangler, the crappy one that he had in high school. But then when he gets older in life, then he buys another one for the nostalgia. That's the car that she is. You see.
Yeah. This is the experience.
We don't know how old she is. You can't find it. It says like how old. So she died in 2017. It says how old was she when she died? Unknown. And you like,
Excellent.
can't find.
So they scrubbed the
birthday.
VIN number basically.
Dude, there's something else going on there. We need to look into that next week.
All right. Next is Sharon Lepore. They got married 4 years after they divorced Akins the second time. Wouldn't it be kind of funny? Like when you go to Playboy Bunny and Larry King's wedding, do you think the guy get up there and goes, well, welcome back, everyone?
For the second wedding, yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you know who's really happy about this? Larry King's divorce lawyer. This dude is rolling in the dough.
That's a good point. Assuming it's the same guy.
What if his divorce lawyer is also his like love mentor? Like he gives.
That would be a conflict of interest.
Well, of course it would.
Very
be,
clever
but
conflict of interest.
Yes, would be, yeah.
I also think that Larry King has to believe in prenups. If he doesn't, this man is getting shafted every 4 years. He's got to start with nothing.
I wonder if he actually, like, how many of them were, like, proper weddings? Or if some of them were just, like, done.
Well, we'll get to that in a minute.
Oh,
You'll find
perfect.
your
Great. I'll have my answer.
boy.
Yes, good.
So
I'll have my answers.
next on the block, Sharon Lepore from 1976 to 1983. She's a math teacher.
That's awesome.
She must not have been very good because she couldn't count all the previous marriages. Those odds ain't good, Chief. Though maybe she was good because she could count the money. Yeah, it could fall on either way. Now, the last no, I'm sorry. There's one more. There's so many. I'm losing track.
yeah, you got
How many?
three
Wait,
more.
sorry.
You have three
What are we on
more.
right now? What number?
We are on wife number. What do you want, wife or marriage number? Because they're different.
marriage number.
All right, we are on marriage number 1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6. Next, Julie Alexander, 1989 to 1992. This clown
3 years.
proposed on the first date. Larry King did. Did he go to Hillsdale? We don't know. It's possible.
Yeah.
So nothing notable with her except the proposal on the first date. But then we have Deanna Lund, engaged in 1995 but never married, showing some self-control. Maybe in his old age, Larry King was maturing. The virtue of self-control. Now, this one is great. His last marriage, we have Sean Southwick, 1997 to 2019. Sean Southwick. This is a chick. They married, ready for this? They were married in the hospital room while he's recovering from heart surgery. They caught her reaching for the cord after the ceremony. She said, "I do," and then said, "I will." Boop, beep.
I think Rachel finally got that one.
How long did it take? How long was it bouncing around in there for you got it?
What are you asking? How long did the joke take to land, or how long did it take her to pull the plug after the marriage?
Oh,
Well, it actually took 22 years.
22.
Well,
Really?
yeah. So they lasted 20. Yeah, she.
Wow.
Now here's this. Now, ready for this? Larry King is a king. This chick, Deanna Lund, or no, I'm sorry, Sean. See, I'm getting
Sean
Southwick. This chick. He was beginning divorce proceedings from her even before he died. And guess what? Originally in the will, the money was going to go to her and his kids, but a secret handwritten will made in 2019, unknown until his death, left nothing to her. Now, gentlemen, that is based.
That's horrible.
Wow.
Who did it go to?
His
Probably
5
the
kids.
kids, I'm thinking.
To her kids. That's fine.
No, not even her kids.
His kids. That's fine.
His kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you give her more money than all the other previous ones?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if Larry gave a single red cent to any of these women, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know too much about the situations of his marriages, but it is fascinating to think that he goes through that many.
That quickly. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
a year, 2 years, 4 years,
No years?
5 years,
No
no
years,
years,
yeah.
a week. Yeah. Now, there was an interview that he did, and he was talking about why he goes through so many wives. And here's what he said, point blank. He said, if I have 2 phones and they're both ringing, and one of them is my wife and the other one's CNN, I'm picking up CNN. Mic
And that's
drop.
why he has so many wives.
That's probably the
Right.
case, yeah.
Well, that's probably why he was as wealthy as he was. So, I mean, you've got to...
You got to pick and choose.
Right, exactly. You got to choose what's important to you. And Larry King said, I'm going to be rich.
I still probably wouldn't pick up for CNN, but,
Well,
Yeah.
if they were paying your bills.
that's true.
He worked for CNN.
He did.
Yeah. So he was like, job or the wife? Like, what does the wife want? I don't know. She's like, give me money for a car. And
And I
CNN's like,
I can't give you money for the car if I don't pick up this phone call for CNN.
For CNN?
Yep.
But at the same time, we're just seeing the divorces. We don't know who divorced who. Judging by the fact that he keeps getting remarried, it doesn't seem like he's the one that wants to get out of the marriage.
That is a good point.
Maybe he... So do you think when someone breaks up with someone, they shouldn't date somebody else? It's like, I'm done with dating. I don't want to
No, it's just when it's like 8 times you see that.
So?
It's like
It would be
maybe
interesting to
he's the one
see
with
the
problem.
ratio.
That's true. Maybe
Like,
maybe
who
he's fickle.
did Aline Atkins marry anyone else? No,
How do you know?
because I looked it up.
Now, maybe
Did
maybe
Sharon
she loved Larry.
Lepore, the math teacher, marry anyone else? Maybe
Probably.
like it's kind of like Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise. Like they got divorced and he went on and had like 2-3 other marriages.
Yeah.
She married Keith Urban, still married.
So?
Who was it?
It was Keith Urban, apparently.
Yeah. Keith Urban. Hey, baby. Yeah, Tom Cruise is a Scientologist.
Yeah, stay away from that.
That's what.
That's the
Exactly.
reason why.
That's my point. It was Tom Cruise. What's
are
the common
you
denominator?
Are you insinuating that Larry King is a Scientologist?
Yes.
Sure.
What?
I don't know. I think he was Jewish, but yeah.
I think he was.
He was Jewish.
Well, he was also an atheist, so he was like
How
he was
does that-
culturally. You can be culturally Jewish without
Yeah, like
religion,
Barbra
that's a good point.
Streisand.
like Jerry Seinfeld.
If you really like kosher pickles.
Does that make me Jewish?
Yes.
Yeah, apparently.
That's how that works.
Okay. All right. So that's a story with Larry King, and you know
That's
what?
a story.
I think I'm gonna try to have more wives than Larry King. That might be a goal for life.
Sorry, so the number is what?
The number is we have 8 times married to
7 women.
different women.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And
So
then
8.
there's also the woman that was engaged.
Oh, that's right. So
Oh.
say he was engaged 9 times to 8
8 women,
but only married 7 of
times.
them. Married one of them twice.
Yeah.
Watching the
5,
gears
10,
turn
carry
in
the
Will's
one.
mind.
But yeah, no, I got you. So
Yeah.
you're aiming for 9. If you could get to double digits,
9 would be good.
You'd be an absolute
But I think
champion.
Mitt Romney's going to have me beat.
Oh.
Ooh, just a little Mormon joke
Yeah,
for
just
you.
yeah.
You didn't have to explain it. Like, ruined it.
No, that makes it funnier when you explain it.
Oh, yeah.
Just ask Norm Macdonald.